Meanwhile, something else that's weird, an ad that's driving some people bonkers mad. Look at this.
But I'm still here, and I believe I will rise again. We will build things, and build families, and build dreams. It's time to get back to what America does best.
Well, I have a feeling that the voice behind that ad, he had it since he was like 4 years old. Dirty Job star Mike Rowe, he's sending Walmart haters apoplectic. Richard tweeting that Mike Rowe sounds not only real clueless, but also pretty corporate to me. Sean posts this, I thought you were a good person, but I just saw your ad that Walmart paid for. You're a corporate suck, Rowe. To the former host of Dirty Jobs. That's one of the nicer intros we've come up with for our guests. That's them. That's not us. What do you think of the outcry this is getting?
Look,
and by the way, we should stress far more are supportive.
Look, I mean, I get it. It's the third rail of retail, right? I mean, you don't go there and expect to just totally walk out unscathed. But I was just telling you in the break, I'm a little new to the social media thing, right? I'm getting up to speed. I did the spot. It ran on the Olympics. I checked out the Facebook. People are talking. I answer some questions.
You have your own Facebook page?
Yeah, sure. So
I'm hip too. You and me both.
Yeah, terrible. We're terribly hip people.
Yeah, well, that's the burden. Yeah.
So I sit down, I drink a little Whistle Pig. I cut and I paste. I answer some questions. I go to bed. I get up the next morning. 7 million people have interacted with this thing. There's this giant conversation going on about all sorts of stuff way beyond my pay grade, but that I'm interested in. And all the ad really did was announce Walmart's intention over the next decade to buy $250 billion worth of U.S.-made products. Essentially, they wrote a PO to the U.S. economy for $250 billion, right? Who can be against this?
People who don't like Walmart because they apparently chain their workers to their store shelves.
Whatever it is, look, I'm not a spokesman for the company. Right. I narrated an ad. I've been doing that for 30 years, and this is the first time. It's a hell of a thing, right? When somebody you hate or have been trained to despise suddenly does something that you approve of.
Do you think they're deflecting? Critics of Walmart say they're deflecting, and they're using a marquee name like you, well loved by the public, to sell a better image.
Yeah, people say, Mike, don't you get it? You're being used, it's PR. I say, of course I get it. Of course it's PR. Since 2008, I've been running a foundation that gives out work ethic scholarships. I'm not on your show because everybody agrees with me. I'm on your show because suddenly a bunch of people said, hey, there's some sort of disconnect. It's a good thing. I'm using Walmart to talk about the fact that, in my own humble opinion, $250 billion from a leading corporate iconic brand is a good thing. Now, what
well, they have to be held to that number,
They've
right?
got to be held to it.
They have to do it, right?
Look, and if they don't, I'll come back in a heartbeat and talk like this and apologize if it makes everybody feel better. But look, I hope Lowe's is watching, or Best Buy, or Home Depot, or pick any of the Fortune 5, and in relative terms, follow suit. I don't know about.
Do you get into union versus non-union? I always think that with Walmart, whether you love them or hate them, a lot of their problems would go away and their criticisms would go away if they were unionized tomorrow.
Look, I think there are two conversations going on contemporaneously. A big part of the country wants to talk about.
We try not to use big words here.
I try not, but I can't help it.
It's okay. It's understood. It's understood.
I want people to like me.
I know.
I think we can have a conversation about workers and rights, and a lot of the country wants to do that. We can also have a conversation about jobs, not good jobs or bad jobs, or easy jobs or hard jobs, just work. Dirty Jobs was an anthem to work. A lot of people think it was a tribute to the skilled worker, period. It wasn't. It was a tribute to skilled work and entrepreneurship and risk.
Well, do you keep your politics out of it? Like,
Absolutely.
Are you Republican or Democrat?
I don't talk about it.
Do you like the president or you dislike the president?
I got no opinion.
You like Speaker Boehner or you dislike Speaker Boehner?
Never heard of him.
Really? With your voice and your popularity, I bet you get a lot of advertising opportunities. Is it something you have to believe in, or if the check is big, you'll just do it?
Look, I'm missionary and mercenary in all things. If I do a campaign for Viva, for instance, they have to hire my real mom and dad. It's simple, because I don't see them anymore unless I get to hire them. If I do a campaign for Ford, who I've been in business with for 7 years, for me, it's because I watched, and you probably did too, Alan Mulally go, no thanks. You guys keep your money. I'll keep my salary. We'll keep making cars. I thought that was cool.
That's why when I saw the Ford spots, I said, I think he's anti-bailout.
Listen,
Did I misread that?
I didn't go there. I just simply said I like the fact
So you
that
didn't
that
do
guy
ads for the 2 that were bailed out?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. And look, I have no great opinion about Walmart except for the fact that I really do shop there. Dirty job. My first stop was Walmart to buy clothes I could wreck and leave behind in the bathtub for the maid with a note of apology. You can't take that stuff home. So I get it. But what they're doing now, I just think we have to be able to talk about it separate and apart from your feelings, your politics,
Well put.
all that stuff.
Mike, you know the burden I have with this whole social media stuff. We're both joined at the hip.
Look, when you're this tragically hip, there's no better place to be joined.
Disconnected. There we go.
Oh,
yeah, we got it. Don't worry. Everything's fine. Don't worry.
I'm just saying.
Your promotion worked.